What's up, everybody? That's right here with more Final Fantasy 16. Last time we journeyed to Waloed, went through everything, took down Drake's Spine and Barnabas. We got the power of Odin, which is okay but not great. Then we fucked up Ultima, but it wasn't the end of Ultima. After we beat him, destroyed the last crystal. A crystal came out of the Crystal Dominion. Destroy the Crystal Dominion. If I can pull up the map, there we go. And popped up into the sky right here. So yeah, here's what the Crystal Dominion was. It's fucking toast. Well, that's not the Crystal Dominion. Oh yeah, it was right here. Yeah. That's gone. Now here this is. And we have to try to figure out a way how to get here. But the last thing we left off is Joshua seemed upset after our little meeting. So we're gonna go talk to him.
Ultima may have created us, but he doesn't make us who we are. Only we can do that. And if he would have us fight for our survival, so be it. It's what we've been doing all along.
Much like Ultima himself, it would seem. His new world being naught but a means to survive. And so, we must contend to decide which of us shall inherit the land. Should Ultima prevail, it will mean death for us all. Of that, we can be certain. But even should he fail, what world awaits us? A withered, godless place, where our newfound freedom will most like prove a chain in itself.
Well, that may be. But a chain can always be broken. As long as one has the will to break it. It won't be easy. It may take generations. Centuries of suffering. And that is if everyone plays their part. But it will happen. And when it does, it will be on our terms. That is the world that awaits us.
Indeed. And what better world could one wish for?
But first, we have to reach that crystal.
Then it's a good thing I have wings.
You can barely stand, let alone fly. And only the Founder knows what horrors await in those skies. You certain about this?
Am I certain? I am the Phoenix. I will do what I must. This is our fight. Remember?
All right. I yield. But only what you must, yes? I'm still your sworn shield.
That you are.
And what of my wings? Lest you forget, you go to stand against a god. I would not have you succumb to fatigue before the fight begins. Ifrit, your brother mentioned that some few of the dominants who had lost their power to you were still able to prime. Is that true?
It is. But their icons no longer submitted to their will.
Then mine will have to be stronger. That you both might save your strength for the battle to come.
You don't have to do this.
If you do, there's a chance you might lose all you have left.
And what have I but regret? My life ended in the Dominion. I fear death no more. Besides, I would have words with Ultima. He has much to answer for.
We are in your debt, Dion.
We can speak of debts when this is over.
What a good guy he ended up being. I thought everybody was gonna be our fucking enemy.
He speaks like a man who knows he's not coming back. And has come to terms with that.
That doesn't mean that we have to.
That he has.
Does it, Clive?
Time to talk to Jill. I only hope she understands.
What, that we're gonna leave her behind and go by ourselves? And here I thought we were trying to make the Enterprise wait for it to fly, but I didn't think about, Phoenix Bahamut taking us up there.
Come to wish on a star.
That might not be such a bad idea. This is it, Jill. You know what I have to do. Why I have to do it. There's no turning back now. This is where our journey was leading us. Where it will end, for better or worse.
I could pray to Metia for you. But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You always are.
I did promise we'd watch the moon together.
I'll be waiting.
I mean, that went quite smooth.
It's almost time.
Ooh, shit.
Better make sure I haven't forgotten anything.
It's a lot of quests. Oh my god, that's a lot of quests. Oh, there's that. Ooh, it's a lot of quests. Shit, okay. Oh, guess we're doing those first. In a mood. In case you haven't noticed, your poor Hound spends all of his time late in the rear deck whimpering like Gav in his cups. Something ain't right, and my gut tells me it's not to do with this supply of antelope bones. Oh, fucking Torgal quest? Yes, please.
What is it this time, Torgal?
Dude, why you sign like it's a fucking problem? It's your dog. You will go and please him. Reluctant as I am to add to your burdens, I would ask your aid in a personal matter, albeit one that may be beneficial to your cause. There exist ancient texts deemed so injurious to modern thought that the mere possession is deemed a crime. It was a chance encounter with one such tome, from a distance, that sparked within me the scholastic curiosity which burns to this very day. I wish to enlist your aid in reclaiming that text. Should you require further incentive, know that I am willing to offer compensation for services rendered. Vivian.
Something tells me this is no mere adventure story.
I'm pretty sure I have to do all these in order to get enough renown to finish off Patron's Whisper too. Gav's got shit to say.
You alright? About that.
If there's anything I can do to help you kill this Ultima bloke, you just say the word, eh? You could promise to take Sid's name off my hands.
Aye.
It's the first time we've had Clive say something in response with, like, no dialogue. So we joke about that anyway. I thought you said you hadn't finished it with it yet. I did, didn't I? Now, if you want to give me an even grander title, something to rival your Sid the Outlaw, that'd be a different story.
See.
Gav the Magnificent, Gav the Almighty, Gav the Lionheart, something along those lines. I'll leave that to you to decide. I'm sure you're more than capable of choosing the perfect moniker for Sid's the right-hand man. Right-hand man, eh? I'll take it.
You off then?
You have more?
You
No.
alright? You off then?
Looks like he does. Uncle? I don't know why that happens sometimes. And it's only the PS5, like the streaming, everything else is fine. It's weird. Your son is planning yours then? I am. You never were one to shy away from a fight. Some might say it runs in the family. Ha, your father would be proud.
Thank you, Uncle.
I know he'll be with us up there.
As for down here,
You may take comfort in the knowledge that the realm will be in my capable hands until you return. Ha ha ha. Indeed.
Clive, my boy. Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks. Hadn't intended for you to get involved, but such are the times we live in, huh?
I would have done the same for anyone else.
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman. But tell me, is the realm truly in as dire a state as Rutherford suggests?
From what little I saw, you were right to be worried.
I suppose I should have expected the worst. But I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm might have things a little more under control. Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days, and without it, the people are bound to lose their way. We must move quickly.
But where do we start?
True, the challenges that face us are many, but in my estimation, there are two key areas to be addressed before any other. The realm's armies and her larders. As you've seen firsthand, it's every man and woman for themselves out there. Certain cities have banded together to try and maintain some semblance of order, yes, but such cases are few and far between. And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. A unity that transcends even the borders laid down by our ancestors. In short, if Storm does not stand together, she will fall apart.
But how would one even begin to unite the realm?
The armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks of those sworn to maintain it. Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of privates to dig a latrine together. But I do know someone the High Commanders have been known to listen to on occasion. Field Marshal Eugen Havel.
Really?
I thought he was retired.
He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of the rank and file. There is no man alive more capable. Literally. And as luck would have it, I've already spoken with him on the matter.
Of course you have.
I guess that is true, he did. We saw that
He's
cutscene.
agreed to help. On one condition. That he first speaks with you personally. Havel has always been a man of frustratingly rigid principle, and he has certain qualms about clasping arms with, well, with an outlaw. I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course, but the old goat was adamant that he be allowed to appraise you in person. You don't mind, do you, my boy?
Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, we will never build a better world. I'll do whatever it takes. And if the Field Marshal wishes to speak with me in person, then so be it.
That's the spirit.
I'll leave for Randalar at once. Would you send a Stolas?
Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dalmekian capital. I'll have him tell Havel to expect you forthwith.
Excellent. Thank you, Uncle.
No, thank you, Clive.
I wonder if he's gonna have us like do anything for him though, or just gonna be like, hey, that's it. Who knows? Maybe he just wants the conversation. Alright, let's pick up the other quests. Ciota is usually where she's standing. Oh no, it's Josh.
Ah, Clive. This is it then, brother.
Our last dance with Ultima awaits. Well, the Founder knows what awaits us up there.
Indeed.
Whatever we find, we shall overcome it. It would not do to disappoint our friends. They all believe in you, Clive. They would follow you to the ends of the earth if they could.
You're wrong.
My friends don't follow me, they spur me on. I couldn't have made it this far without them. Nor without you, Joshua. Give me your blessing and maybe your shield. Without you, I don't know how I would even survived. Even when we were apart, you were always with me, and I trust you'll be with me now until the end.
Of course.
Whenever that may be.
Joshua,
Where there's a will, there's a way.
and don't say nothing.
It's not nothing. I've received word from Cyril. The Undying have found Father's will, or something akin to it.
His will. How and where?
In the crypt beneath Rosalith Castle. After Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to recover what relics of the duchy remained. And in the process of doing so, they found a letter from Father.
I'm surprised anything survived down there.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience. I have been meaning to go, but would you join me?
Of course. I want to know what's
Of
in that letter
course.
as much as you do.
Very well. I'm ready to leave when you are.
Alright, these two quests that we just picked up seem kind of easy. They seem like they're just going to be conversations.
Courage, Ifrit. My decision is made.
Should carry you and your brother to Origin, and that the Lesage name might live on in honor, not in infamy. Even if I should not. Your Highness, you're not...
You said it yourself.
This is a journey from which I may not return, yet I am resolved to go. Kito took much from me, and he means to strip us all of what little we have left,
He must be stopped.
whatever the cost.
He must.
Thank you, Your Highness. You are as over-hasty as your brother. Save your things for when this is over.
Make ready.
Sid.
Here, I thought I was done with your quest.
By all means.
It's my old master. Seems there's no escaping her. She found something.
Oh, that
to
was
send
the
me later, and
bitch that
something
got
else.
arrested, wasn't it?
Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were keeping a lot of bearers there.
How did she come by such a thing?
Finding bearers always was her strong point. And it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, the masterless. Bearers no one would miss. And even better for her, bearers with no one to look after them. When ether started lapping at the walls, the jailers fled.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along next.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now. And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to Waloed, I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the Shadow Coast than leave them to starve.
We go together.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception. That we travel together. And we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many as we can, and we leave.
Thank you, Sid. There was a name in the prison register. A name from my past. Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. A
Chadwick.
gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family. The thought of him held captive in that place.
Is there another game that has a character named Chadwick?
He was. Is.
Can't think of it.
Then we find him.
I know I've heard that name before.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit Walls, just beyond the portcullis. We should head there as quickly as we can. I only pray there are still bearers alive to save.
As do I, Doris.
As do I. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Did we actually unlock more hunts right now? We probably did. Let's check. We did not. Interesting.
Sid, I was wondering if you could help me.
It depends what with.
Fuck's this guy.
A bearer, but recently freed from his bonds, is keen to join the Cursebreakers. As you know, the work we do is not easy, which is why we test every volunteer's suitability. I was hoping you could oversee this one's evaluation.
I don't mind, but why this one?
Because he wants to be a scout. Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and putting slavers to the sword. But scouting, we're few with the nose for that, which is why we still rely so heavily on Gav. And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better placed to recognize the traits in him that we should look for in those who'd fill his boots.
All right.
Sounds reasonable.
So you're happy to oversee the boys' test, then?
Sure.
One can never have too many scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending his trial, and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach in readiness.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll await you there.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Northreach. I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer.
How many quests there are? I hope that they don't take that long. No one around here is bold enough to draft enough to say, or daft enough to say I'm fit for the knacker's yard. But I'm sure as hell ain't getting any younger.
Time to take a step back.
Let the fledglings spread their wings. Young goats as bright as the inside of a barrel, but his heart's in the right place. His constant failures never seem to dim his spirits either. But the same might be said of me when I was his age. Gave me the room to fall and had to help me up again. I never would have changed. It had been the Goots leading the Goots, Clive, assuming we'd made it this far. Trust you to go and pick a fight with the bleeding god. I didn't sign up for all this excitement, you know.
No.
Sid did say the higher-ups wouldn't be too happy about us trying to change the world. But he got me there, and it ain't as if I'd ever have any better to do, so no more about me. But it's that lip that keeps us on your toes, Otto.
Is that right?
Well, I'd better start looking for something else to moan about then, hadn't I?
Off you go then.
Alright, you're just gonna tell me about all the quests in the other nations. Under new management, too.
Always something in there.
Yep. Actually, very surprised the last hunts didn't pop up. Maybe those are post game. Huh. Or maybe I have to beat the dragon first.
Vivian, I read your note, and I'd be happy to help you find the book you're looking for.
Thank you, Clive. But tracking it down will not be easy. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Please. You have always granted me your wisdom and insight whenever I asked. It's only right that I return the favor. Or at least attempt to.
You are too kind. Alas, what I ask of you is rather more trying than delivering the odd lecture. I spoke with Harpocrates to see if he had any inkling as to where another copy might be found, but perhaps it is best that you hear the details from him.
If you say so.
To Tom's we go.
Forgive me, Clive, for asking this of you. But this book, it set me on the path to becoming who I am today. Its importance cannot be overstated.
Alright, what else do we have? Probably mid. Where's Torgal? Is this Torgal's? It is. Ooh, someone's got dialogue in here. Zataria? Yote.
Greetings, Lord Marquis. My lord.
Your result to go then.
I am.
So is Joshua. I know you fear for him, but I'll do everything in my power to keep him safe.
I do not doubt it.
You are, as you have always been, his first shield. I was only ever his temporary protector. Now his grace has bade me protect the hideaway instead. That's what I shall do.
Thank you, Yote.
May you return safely.
To us, my lord, both of you.
His grace and I.
Often spoken on our travels, and a certain saying of his remains with me even now. Duty is the enemy of freedom.
At first,
I thought that he spoke of his own plight, that though he was able to roam the land again, he was duty to unearth the truth about Ultima, prevented him from being truly free. But I can't understand that he spoke not of himself, but of me.
it was my duty to him.
That his grace judged to be inimical to my own freedom. I believe that this is why he bade me remain here, that I might at last be released from my duty to him. Few others in this position would allow me to take the cares of a humble attendant who weighs so heavily upon them, nor take such drastic action in response.
Have care, my lord.
I thought she was gonna actually like express her feelings for him there. I guess not.
What do you think happened to Miss Middledore?
Sid, you have to help us.
What's up?
With what? You didn't take apart another of Mid's contraptions, did you?
No. Well, yes, but that's not what we want to talk to you about.
It's Miss Middledore. She's been acting strange. Very strange. She's barely ever around.
When she is, she acts like we aren't even there. Her head's in a crowd.
In the clouds.
That's what I said. In the clouds.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind. When did you last see her?
Not long ago. Right after she got back from saving you from Stoneir.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise. It did take quite a battering on the way there and back.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? You really should be more careful around Miss Middeldore's inventions.
Oh, well, excuse me. Just trying to save the world.
Even if you did break the Enterprise, you could put it back together, couldn't you?
Of course.
But who's gonna put Miss Middledore back together? She seems really sad.
It has something to do with her dad.
Why don't I go and see if I can cheer her up?
Fucking nose
You do
itches.
that for us. She's in her dungeon.
Don't scare him.
I think it's so fucking hot.
Thanks for the warning.
Your face starts to like sweat a little bit. I fucking hate the summertime, especially in fucking California.
Has Middledore mentioned a new project yet?
Mid, if you have a...
We spooked her.
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under my arse all along!
Maybe not.
If this doesn't see
Nice.
skies, nothing will!
To the skies? You aren't trying to give the Enterprise wings, are you?
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. They're worried about you. Is this really so important that you need to shut yourself away from everyone?
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm, and that's with the sea beneath her. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything at all? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves, so I'm gonna do something about it. The Fallen had their chance, but they relied too much on magic. And see where that got them? But not me. I've discovered how to do it without. Well, almost. First I need to make a prototype.
And is that a one-woman job?
Are you volunteering? I'll have you know the Enterprise is my baby. But if a godfather's offering to lend a hand, I'd be happy to take it.
You got it.
First, I'll need oil, and not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the Tub and Crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordil. Then I'll need some bone, or shell. Light, strong, preferably no longer attached to the beast it belongs to.
Got it.
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the curse breakers will know where you might find some.
No, they'll know where you might find some. You're the one who offered to help, remember?
Of course.
I should speak with one of the curse breakers before I set off for Old Hill. See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
What the hell is this other quest? Is it up here? I've come up here once, and that was when we first got this hideout to just explore.
I will not let them be forgotten. Sid, may I have a moment?
Sure, what's up?
Of course.
It is an honor to finally speak with you. My name is Herman. I've been with the Curse Breakers for some time now.
Yeah, we've never spoken. To the end of the
I
game.
wish to be deployed to Ash.
With luck.
Any assignment will do.
No. The lands across the Narrow are too dangerous. I will not send good men and women to risk their lives needlessly. Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. Something important. I was raised in an orphanage. The Badbach Conservatory. Or rather, I was held captive there. It was not a place of nurture. It existed solely to turn bearer children into mindless weapons. We were tortured until we feared no pain. Tormented until our hearts turned to stone. And few ever survived long enough to become tools of the last king.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many. I can't even remember all their names. But they must be remembered. They cannot fade away, faceless and forgotten. The Institute was run with military precision. Every child measured, every name recorded, every death logged with meticulous care. Sid, allow me to travel to Ash and recover the registry so that my brothers and sisters might live on.
Got it, bro.
You are a good friend, Herman. But the fact remains that Ash is simply too dangerous.
Sid, please. Even should it cost me my life.
Too dangerous for you, Herman. But not for me. I'll go to Badbach and find the registry.
You will?
I won't let you risk your life.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can start by telling me where I'll find this orphanage.
The Grace. Hidden in a forest, overlooking the plains.
All right. I'll see what I can find there.
May the mothers guide you.
All right.
Do you suppose it's me?
I think the last person we have to talk to here is Torgal. Right? Yeah, except for wherever that one is. That's, I think that's the mid one. I'll talk to the curse breakers before we leave. Oh, we have to talk to Toms too. I forgot about that. For Vivian's quest. Alright, what's up, boy?
Pining for something, boy. What is it? What do you see out there?
Is it another one of him? Another wolf?
Where you got that anklet of yours?
Former
Sid,
master.
That's why. On the day
Oh.
I brought him home.
Sid.
How long ago?
And you're only thinking to ask this now? Sid saw that the pup had a habit of gnawing on his leg, since you ask. Clap that there iron on him to keep him from doing it.
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp losing his loving masters at such a young age.
True.
Doubly hard in being a frost wolf, torn away from his icons and all. Sid would always tell him, you want that iron gone, you find what it is you're looking for. I reckon what he were looking for was you.
I'm sorry, Torgal. Sorry for making you wait so long. Let's get that thing off you.
Nice. Oh, he doesn't want us to take it off.
Doesn't sound like he wants it off.
Indeed.
Probably remember
As much as the rest of us.
Sid, yeah. What a good dog.
You want me to go with you somewhere?
Quick, aren't you? Glad you've been paying attention.
Not nearly as much as you have, Lady Karen.
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly these past 10 summers.
Your kindness is appreciated. You've been a good friend to him.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest of you. Go on now.
Alright. I might do Torgal's quest first, honestly, because I'm curious about it.
Where to then, Torgal?
Maybe he wants to go back to Rosaria.
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen our shelter.
Or maybe he just wants to do something here.
All right, Torgal. Where are you taking me? I'm going to need a little bit more than that, boy. Do you have a better hint for me? Unless you've already given me one. Back on the rear
Yeah,
deck.
called it.
You were looking west, toward Rosaria. Why don't we try the rookery? I haven't been to the island in almost 20 years. To Port Isolde, then. Fingers crossed the old mooring is still there.
Alright, before we do that, let's go continue this quest.
Ah, Clive, my boy. What a pleasure it is to see you.
Hippocrates. There's something I need to ask you. I've been charged with locating a book called From a Distance.
And you seek a rare gem indeed. One whose name I had not thought to hear from your lips. You've been talking to Vivian.
Yes.
Right as always. But she didn't seem keen to tell me very much. I take it she didn't like what you had to say.
And yet I gather it did naught to dissuade her. Clive, if the young professor has tasked you with obtaining a copy, I fear she asks the impossible. The executors would not allow it.
The executors?
Coveters of Secrets. A clandestine organization committed to the collection and intenebration of forbidden texts and technologies. One such text being the tome Vivian seeks, chronicling as it does the true history of the enslavement of bearers. A tale which could overturn the established order were it ever to become widely known. Or, so rumor has it. I've never actually read the thing, or even set eyes on it for that matter.
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
Why, secrecy is the executor's watchword. They lurk in the shadows, emerging only to seize that which must be seized, be it books, inventions, or people, before disappearing again, leaving nary a trace.
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp not long after she found it.
By the hand of the executors, yes.
But what drives them? Self-interest or ideology?
Fine question. Sadly, all that is known of the executors can be recounted in a single breath. You may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers, or the identities of their leaders. Any answer I give would be pure speculation.
Then my hunt was doomed from the first. What was Vivian expecting? That I'd pluck it from thin air?
Not from thin air, no. From ash. Rumors of the executors are rife among the scholars of Storm, but rather less so across the strait. I have a friend. Well, I had a friend in the village of Garnick, a collector of rare tomes, upon which subject we would oft correspond. Alas, I have heard naught from him since the skies fell dark. And no doubt he too has turned. But though he did not mention it by name, it is possible that a surviving copy of From a Distance yet rests upon one of his many shelves, quietly awaiting discovery. If you were, by some chance, able to save even a single book from the poor man's library, I know his soul would rest easier.
Very well. When I next find myself in Waloed, I'll be sure to pay Garnick a visit.
Let's go talk to the Curse Breakers. And we finally... Well, that's actually still like 3 more quests thing we have to pick up. But we can grab those as we go to those areas. See what the Curse Breakers have to say.
All right, Sid. Come to buy us around, have you?
Nope.
Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for her next project. You've encountered your share of beasts.
She's probably gonna say, "Oh, I
across the
saw
realm.
something on the hunt board."
Any ideas?
Most bones are the same. Whack 'em hard enough and they'll break. If it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you better. You know what an adamantus is?
Yeah, makes sense.
I don't know to give them a wide berth. Will any old adamantus do?
Got Otto behind us being fucking nosy.
With shells, the older the harder. There's a rumour of an ancient adamantus down in Karava, near Old Bidza. Or what's left of the village anyway. But don't expect to make quick work of the bastard.
Karava.
There's a reason it's lived as long as it has.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Didn't say it was a hunt though. Alright. Let's grab what... I can't remember what we're grabbing here, but we'll grab it now. Oh, this is the oil.
It's oil. After what happened here, it's a miracle there was any left at all.
There's more here to grab. I didn't realize Joshua was with us. Alright, it might be close to one of these houses. Oh, there it is.
This should be enough.
Alright, that's done. Now for Torgal.
It's still here. After all these years. Lots more than I remember. And you're a lot bigger. You might have to swim, boy.
I don't think he liked that joke.
I wasn't being serious.
You two go on without me. I doubt that boat will hold a third.
If you're sure, we won't be long. Hop in, boy. This place hasn't changed at all. The rookery's right through those trees. Come on.
Okay, well, this is new.
Race you there? I bet I could still beat you. This was our hideaway. Wasn't it, Torgal?
Our treehouse as kids.
Coming here helped me to forget who I was. Or wasn't. Prince, shield. Son his mother could love. Had I been any one of those things? Perhaps. What is it, boy? This is all from the castle. In Phoenix Gate. Did you bring these here? My sparring sword. Well. You never stopped looking for me, did you, boy?
What a good dog.
For never giving up. For never forgetting.
Best quest ever.
Shall we? So I don't forget either.
Ooh, nothing for the wall of memories. Ooh, dude, more. Nice.
It's not the way back to the boat, Torgal. All right. I'm coming.
Always searching for his master, dude. Good shit.
I think I know where we're going.
Part overlook, yeah, the castle. The real question is, how did Twirl get all that shit from Phoenix Gate to this island?
People always talk about the importance of putting the past behind you. But without it, we wouldn't be who we are today. And we certainly couldn't steer our way to a better tomorrow. Come on, Torgal. Let's go home.
Alright, good shit. We got a lot of experience for that quest. Yep. A little fucking Murdoch quote. Increases Torgal's attack potency. Cool. Alright, Torgal quest is done.
Sorry for the wait. We're ready.
Let's go. There's a couple here. Northreach. Oh, the dame's got a quest. I thought we were done with her. Alright.
At least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
Yep, right here, apparently.
Well met, Sid. This is the initiate. Ember, present yourself.
At your service, Master.
Please, just Sid. There are no masters here. Your life is your own.
Oh, of course. Thank you, Sid. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes. You are aware of the dangers inherent in that role.
I am. But I swore I'd face them. Just like the man who saved my life.
And who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me and freed me. No magic, no support, just one man and his nose. Came and sniffed me out. It taught me what one man can do if he puts his mind to it. And I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be someone's saviour, just like Gav was mine.
I'm sure he'd be flattered. You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusions. Stick to this path and you'll make a fine Cursebreaker.
So, what? Have I passed?
You haven't even started yet. Now listen. Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right. Anything else?
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be quite sufficient. You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect an escape, all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
Dude's gonna get caught the second he goes in there, watch. We're gonna have to go rescue him.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all the same, would you?
On my way. All right, Ember. Impress me.
Let's fucking
Ready, go?
shook up. Do 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 do.
These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready.
Or maybe not.
Or maybe not. Damn it.
Ember, draw your sword!
I can't!
Test failed.
Then run!
If you want him, you'll have to go through me.
Damn it.
All yours, Torgal.
Do do do.
Ember, are you?
He's gonna say he's that as the distraction.
Of course. Scouts really are a rare breed. Back to Northreach it is then.
Unless he just really ran away.
Faster!
Actually, what am I doing? Let's do this faster.
I didn't expect you back so soon. Where is Ember? How did he fare?
I thought I'd find him with you. He must have fled. I followed him to Eastwatch, where I found him being set upon by a wild Avis. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. I had to step in and take care of things. By the time I had, he was nowhere to be seen. I assumed he'd set off in your direction, but apparently not.
I'm sorry, Sid. I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but he seemed like...
The right man for the job? I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you then as heir. And he did it all on his own.
But Sid, he
did what he thought was best. And now I have to decide whether I agree.
Of course. We'll await your evaluation back at the hideaway. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
Risky, but I mean, it worked out for him.
This won't be an easy decision.
Let's go pick up this quest from the dame.
The garrison is threatening to pull their sentries from the market.
I would speak with this duke.
Saw the captain just now.
Your town needs you.
Yeah, last time we were here, the captain gave up his job. So he'd stay here and protect the people he loved.
Clive.
What is it?
It's the Duke, unsurprisingly. His Eminence has assumed full control of the garrison and put every able-bodied man to work on the fortifications. The town was left all but unguarded, so Philippe was compelled to form a citizens' watch to fill the void. And though my dear boys have been characteristically willing to assist him in this, they want for bodies. So I was wondering if you would lend them your strength, that the people of Northreach might sleep easier, if only for a few nights.
Of course. Whatever you need.
Thank you, Clive. What would I do without you? Philippe told me he had men stationed at...
Where can I find the mistress of this establishment?
Here, my lady. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
My name is Sabine, and it is my displeasure to be the daughter of the Duke of Oriflamme, who I understand is causing you and your town no small amount of trouble. I wish to speak to you about what might be done.
And here I thought she was going to be a bitch, but guess not.
Let us speak. I trust you'll forgive me, Clive.
Absolutely. Our conversation can wait.
Please, proceed.
As you know, my father is a most overbearing and supercilious man, and I join you in objecting to his every action. Indeed, I owe you my thanks for continuing to argue against his reckless plans. Yet I fear he is not one to be swayed by reason. No. He must be made to face the consequences of his actions.
And who would make him do this?
I would. Myself and several other like-minded individuals. Were you to join us, we would surely have the strength to drive him from Northreach for good.
Does that not seem a trifle drastic?
Drastic action is precisely what is called for. Unless you are content to see your people downtrodden and dispossessed. My father would have it that citizens exist only to serve the Empire. That they should be forced to make every sacrifice to ensure her revival. But he is wrong. It is not the people who must serve the Empire, but the Empire who must serve her people. He's always been like this. Scornful of the opinions of anyone he judged beneath him. But he cannot be allowed to ride roughshod over the common folk any longer. We must fight him. By all possible means.
Fight him? No. My purpose is to quell the tension in Northreach, not to stoke it. Respectfully, my lady. Our only chance of saving this town depends upon every one of us uniting against our common enemy. Your father and his followers included. While I understand your frustrations, I cling to the hope that he may yet be won round.
False hope, I assure you. But I see that your mind is made up. I shall bother you no longer. If you will extend me the same courtesy, I bid you good day.
She certainly has spirit.
Indeed. But unfortunately for us, that spirit is only likely to harden the Duke's resolve, which may be enough to seal the fate of this town. Not that she cares. This is all about her and her father.
Families.
I'm sorry, where were we? Ah, yes. I was about to tell you of Philippe's plans for the town watch, but perhaps it's better that you heard them from him. I believe he's in the market, if you'd be so kind as to seek him out.
Got it.
Right away.
It's just a pity I cannot join you. I'd like to see the two of you in action together.
I don't know about that one, but okay. I assume it's faster to fast travel to it. Just we have to walk through the town.
He'd have our coin.
So you are content to abandon... Please, I beseech you.
I beseech you.
If you're a true son of Northreach, you must fight to defend your home.
That's exactly what I am doing, milady. Or trying to, at least. The land is crawling with fiends, and someone has to keep watch.
Even when our true enemy is hiding in the garrison? Fine. You're not the only able-bodied man in Northreach. Thank you so much for your help.
She cornered you too, then?
Could hardly get a word in edgeways. Like father, like daughter, eh?
She made an uninvited appearance at the Vale earlier, hoping to convince the Dame to join her in fomenting rebellion.
I bet that went well. Her ladyship seems to have a way with people. Anyway, what brings you here?
Our mutual friend thought you might welcome some help.
Oh, she did she? Right as always. In fact, you're just the man. We've had some reports, you see. Sightings of, you know what.
They're back.
Seems that way. All over, too. We haven't been able to confirm anything yet, but if you're willing, you could go and see what's what.
Right. Where should I look?
You know Grieger's Weep? One of the sightings places them somewhere on its shores.
I'm on my way.
Thank you, Clive. I'll look into one of the other sightings. Let's rendezvous back here later.
Good girl.
Sorry, I keep looking at my phone. Doing some of the dollar side quests.
Damn it. The reports were true. I need to stop them before they get to the town.
Ah, damn healers. Damn, I thought I picked up more of them.
Call that a test, Ultima?
It's a weak test.
It's me. Are you alright?
I am. But it seems the reports were true. The thralls have returned. I dispatched the few that I found, though.
Well, that's something, I suppose. But what were they doing south of town? They all came from the north last time. We might be able to fend off an attack from one side or the other, but from both?
Do you have eyes in the north?
Some. I should probably go and have a look, though, just to be sure. You head back to Northreach. I want you there just in case war breaks out while I'm away.
What do you mean?
Her ladyship's been busy working her magic on the townspeople, stirring up ill feeling towards her father. She'll have her marching on the barracks if we're not careful.
What? This is exactly what the Dane was afraid of. I'll do what I can to calm things down. Be careful out there, all right?
Don't worry, I'm not like you. One sniff of those things and I'm running back to town screaming blue murder.
Do you not see, Father? The people of Northreach have given enough, and only a fool would ask for more.
Listen to me, Sabine. Where would our people be without their country, hmm? The Empire is their sword and their shield. It is she that ensures they can live without fear. But now she teeters on the brink. Without their sword, how will the people fight? Without their shield, how will they protect their kin? Can the unarmed stand against the advancing hordes? No. But there is yet hope. A new shield, a new sword. A new empire. We can rebuild Sandbreck, just as Great Grieger wills it.
Perhaps we could, Father. But we don't want to. Not if it is built on the broken backs of the people.
Please, let us not quarrel in the street. You must see that no good will come of this. Our fight is not with each other, but with the threat that draws ever closer to our gates. A threat that your sword has yet to rid us of, Your Eminence.
You will hold your tongue, whore.
That's uncalled for. She's a nice lady.
My daughter's head with your heresy, but I will not.
Even if she's a whore.
Corrupted. Your daughter's opinions are her own, as you would know if you had ever deigned to listen to her. At least I hope they are your opinions, and not posturing born of a family feud. Northreach deserves better than that.
Northreach deserves better than you, Carla. Yes, I know who you are. The slut of Twinside who bedded a branded.
Jealous, are you? That a woman might choose a bearer over a pious man of Griega.
Clive! I met a swarm of thralls coming south from Oriflamme. Hundreds of them. Too many to count.
No. Work on the fortifications has scarcely begun. We will retreat to Caer Norvent and there make our stand. Did you hear me? That was an order!
While this is but a heartfelt plea, let us make our stand here and protect our homes. Protect those that we love. Together, for Northreach!
For Northreach.
You heard the dame. What are we waiting for? Pikemen to the gates. Archers to the roofs. Quickly, come on!
But she is but a common
Whore, yes. And we'd follow her to the gates of hell. The men have their orders, and they look like following them. I got them spaced out at regular intervals. Whichever direction the thralls strike from, there'll be someone there to meet them.
Thank you, Philippe. Rest assured, the people will play their part. The herbalist has donated her stock of medicines to me. Should any of your men be injured, take them to the Vale. We'll see to them there.
Thank you, milady. I will.
I'll play my part too. You still want for numbers. Unlike the enemy. I only hope I can go some way to evening the odds. Philippe, can I leave the south in your hands? I doubt the thralls by the
It's kind of a long quest.
Of course. I'll lead a party down that way so we don't get taken by surprise. What about you?
I'll make my way up the road to Oriflamme. I fought a few of these things. And while I can't promise to hold them all back, I should be able to thin the herd.
All right. But take care.
Thank you. Both of you.
You can thank us when it's over.
Till then, madame.
Bam, bam, bam. See, I know the exit's around here somewhere.
Run like the wind.
Do 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 do.
There are so many of them. Not for long.
There's a lot. I'm probably better off waiting until they group together.
Is it over? No.
Doubtful.
It's only just begun.
That is a big boy.
All yours,
You warping son of a bitch. Oh shit, I didn't even see him right there. Oh my god, I was 19 away from a fucking 100 now.
That looks to be the last of them. I wonder how the others fared. Better hurry back to town. Come on, Torgal.
I'm sure they're fine.
Clive, it's good to see you. And you. The road to Oriflamme is clear. How did you and your men fare?
Well, we ended up fighting for our lives down by the lake. Took a few nicks, but nothing the girls of the Vale can't put right.
Glad to hear it.
Well, it seems we've survived. For the time being, at least. I thank you both for answering the call.
You were right. And I was wrong. About everything. I had thought that the only way to unite the people was under the banner of Empire. That without a strong hand to guide them, they would drift apart. To be borne hither and yon by the eddying currents of fate. But you brought them together. Not by force, nor by the exercise of goddess-given authority, but by simply being one of them. By knowing what they feel, because you feel it yourself.
Our purpose was ever the same, Your Eminence. You were merely distracted by a loftier vision of empire and glory, while our eyes beheld matters closer to home.
You have the right of it again. As did you, Sabine. His Radiance said it himself. Sanbreque is naught without her citizens. I forgot that. And I am sorry.
I'm sorry too, Father. I should never have taken things so far. I only wanted you to understand how the people felt. How I felt. But my anger got the better of me.
Do not blame yourself, my dear. This was my doing. I should have listened to you. To all of you.
Your Eminence, Your Ladyship, I do not doubt that you came here with the best of intentions. But I believe the same could be said of us all. We all want safety, security, prosperity. Not just for Northreach, but for the entire realm. And we may yet achieve it. If only we work together. Will you join us in this?
Yes. We shall.
Thank you, Your Eminence. Now that that is settled, I must go and see to the wounded. The Vale's doors are always open to any soldier in need of relief. And today there are more than ever before.
Madam Isabel is a rare soul indeed.
That she is.
In these dark times, I see that it is not men like me who should lead the realm, but women like her.
You're right. If only I'd listened to her when I had the chance.
Forgive me for saying so, milady, but you still do. The dame said it herself. We can turn things around. We just have to work together. And that goes for you, too. You're one of us now.
One of us. One of us.
Well said, Captain. Let this be a new beginning. Not only for Sandbreck, but for us.
Well, since there's nothing more to be done here, I should see if Isabel needs any help moving the wounded.
This quest never ends.
Can we get you anything?
A room with a veil would be nice.
There's no need to worry anymore.
I'm in so much pain, but you know what? I could go for a blowjob.
How goes the treatment of the wounded? I'll be happy to man one end of a stretcher if it would help.
You've helped quite enough for one day, Clive. Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Oh, but I must. After all you've done for this town, it is the very least you deserve.
Tell me, if Northreach had fallen, what would you have done? A woman of your means could find a home anywhere in the realm, but I sense you would rather have died here.
It's a long story.
For you, madame, I have all the time in the world.
Very well. Long ago, I had a life in the crystalline dominion.
Oh, that place is fucking gone.
Carla.
Carla.
Courtesan to the nobility. So sought after was I that it was only they who could afford my time. Alas, those halcyon days were not to last. For naive as I was, I fell in love with a bearer. He was my master's guard, the gentlest man I have ever known. After they discovered us together, he was whipped bloody and forbidden from ever looking at me again. And so we fled. Not that we had anywhere to flee to. We wandered, aimless and starving, half dreading, half praying that the next day would be our last. Until we found ourselves here, in Northreach. It was the Vale that took us in, that fed us, clothed us, and healed our hurts. Those that could be healed, at least. My love was already too far gone.
He passed away.
He did. Not long after we arrived. But at least we were able to share a few moments of peace before the end. It was the greatest gift I have ever received. But the generosity of this town and her people did not end there. The men and women of the Vale supported me through my grief. Shared in it, though I was still a stranger to them. They treated me like a sister. And so I swore that I would always do the same. That I would return the kindness that Northreach showed me. That I would repay my debt to the Vale.
Thank you, Isabel, for sharing this with me.
You're a lot like him, you know. Perhaps that is why I have such a soft spot for you. Never stop fighting, Clive. And I shan't either. I know that it will not be easy to keep Northreach together, but our efforts will be rewarded. Just look at us now. The people, the soldiers, even the Duke of Oriflamme and his daughter, all united in defense of this town that we have come to call our home. And what of you? Can we count on your support too?
Always.
Alright, finally. But not, interesting backstory. It's the good stuff. Hey, we're on the signboard. Oh my god, we got another piece of orichalcum. Can make the ultimate weapon now. Very nice. Alright, 2 signs to go. That's all the quests here, so on to the next area. I do have the dragon here still, though, so I do have to do that too. Anyways, more quests.